Okay, this reading is for you if you feel like you are coming to a moment in your life where it's dum, 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 dum. It's the ending of something. It's a cliffhanger. What's going to happen next? I'm not sure. Should I take the next step? Am I ready to move forward? I'm looking at a medicine man and a medicine woman. Really powerful, sexy energy, I'm not going to lie. I'm connecting with a feminine vibration, a feminine that would maybe potentially wear feathers. You might want to get a new dream catcher. I'm looking at someone who's starting again. Awesome. I love this vibration, okay? So you're starting again. You're looking at your attire, the way that you dress, the way that you show up, the way that you speak, yeah? You're looking at your environment, your feng shui, you might want to change it. You're looking at your teacups, your tea glasses, what you drink out of. A lot of shifts happening in your home environment. That's the best place for it to start. Your medicine man or woman cave. I'm going to say medicine woman for now, okay? So you might be getting new feathers in your hair, dream catcher, some kind of braids with feathers in your hair is what I see as well. You wearing more fringe clothing, yeah? Fringe and camel, like my favorite kind of colors are like brown, nude, camel. They have fringes hanging off of them, right? It's a little indigenous vibration. It's a nice place to go. That's where I see you heading, right? I see red coming into your life as well, a bit like an orangey red. An orangey red color is talking to me about your sacral. You really get in there now. Yeah, I want to say, go on, girl, you're getting there. Yes, hell yes. Because I see a real shift in your energy, right? Where you've come from the root chakra of being really ungrounded. You left something behind, yeah? You left something behind. Now, there's a lot to discuss about moving on from a father figure, yeah? Okay, so I'm looking at a loving partnership and a relationship, something that was really, really abundant in your life. But it's created a lot of war, and intuitively you knew it wasn't right for you, but you were persevering. Whoa, that's a lot that's just hit me. Stay with me, okay? Because initially I felt like I was connecting with a father in spirit, and then straight away I saw you moving on from a relationship with a father. So someone that you've been with in a loving relationship, okay? So a baby father energy, a father that was like a stepdad or father to you that's let you down. But there's battles and war with a father energy, yeah? Back and forth. I can't help but be a little bit drawn to the father energy because it makes me think of my dad who's passed away, who I did have a lot of childhood trauma with. So even if your dad's not present, and this isn't about your dad, I think that we're going there a little bit, and we're looking at masculine relationships, and the very first most important masculine relationship we should all have as feminine. Even men watching this and listening, the feminine side of you, and how you be a real role model and be the best man you can be for your feminine is what your dad shows you. It's what your dad teaches you. How do you learn to love another woman? How do you learn to love a man? You see that first in your father, yeah? Freudian philosophy this is. Jungian, yeah? Ideologies. But we don't get these opportunities sometimes, yeah? My dad was in prison for most of my childhood. And I've always been looking to everyone else in my life, the older men in my life, as a guide of what's right. And they could never provide me with that because that wasn't their role. Then I got really close with my dad at a time where he was going through a lot of drug addiction in secret and struggling, and then he committed suicide. So my understanding of the masculine vibration from childhood has been traumatic. My inner child hasn't been able to find solace with masculine because my upbringing has always been somewhat rocky in the root chakra when it comes to what a man should be for me, yeah? Warped perceptions, personally, of loving a man, yeah? Own it, yeah? That's at least for me. I share my story with you because I know context would open up doorways in your mind for you to see, what is it for you then? What is it for me then? Is what you should be asking. But I see you moving on, yeah? I see abundance attached to this. So I see breakup, and I see abundance attached to a relationship in the past. So you could have been dependent on a man for money. Maybe your mother was dependent on a man for money. Maybe you were dependent on your dad for money, and now you're leaving your dad behind. We're opening up the reading in many different ways, okay? Just so you have context. But the truth is, this dominant story here is a high priestess who knew she had to move on from a loving partner that was full of abundance because you were really persevering in something that was a war and a battle. It's hard to talk about this, and I'm going to unravel this with you now, okay? Because it's firstly, I don't want to talk about it because I feel it's personal, and I feel like it's unfair for me to dive into this. Like, I feel a little bit naughty, like, oh fuck, I'd rather not talk about it because it's personal. But you're here for a reason, right? So the sentiment in me, I need to put on my big girl pants and just deal with the issue, and that means that I'm probably in your energy and you're like, fuck it, fine, I'll listen then. I don't want to, but oh, fine, right? If this is what's coming out, because sometimes it's harsh, you know, and you don't want to suck it up, you just want to avoid it. But it shows, and let's just be honest, the first thing that's coming out is it shows your strength, because you've moved away from abundance. This is fucked, right? I'm going to be real. It's fucked because you've seen a relationship and a strong connection and a father vibration, a masculine vibration, but you know that in the unconscious of all of this relationship, it's a war and a battle. In the front of the mind, so on the surface, it's abundance and it's light vibration. But in the back of your mind, there's a high priestess right next to the war and the battle. So you knew that this was a real struggle in relation to love. So it looks like the relationship had more materialism on the surface than it did in the back end, yeah? The back end of this relationship, you intuitively knew it wasn't healthy. And we're looking at the war. If you see the cards, it's mind-boggling, right? Maybe I'll take a photo and see if I can upload it. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm the clairvoyant. I'm seeing the visions. Let me explain it, okay? There's a father card, and the father is holding his child's hand. The little child has got his finger wrapped around the father's hand, but underneath it, there's a war and a battle. Full-blown men with guns fighting each other, men, like, everyone's battling, there's smoke everywhere. It's such a contradiction, yeah? The relationship is so toxic and contradictory. The front of the relationship, there's this light, airy vibration of abundance. 8-8 with that. The 8th could be significant. The month of August could be significant for you. The 8th of August could be a significant date for you. The 6th of August could be a significant date for you as well, right? So with that in mind, we're looking at this kind of energy where on the surface, this is beautiful and abundant. Yeah. If this is a masculine I'm connecting with, you've had all this trauma in the past from your father as well. Or the masculine you're dealing with has had a lot of childhood trauma from their father, and it's created a war internally. Intuitively, you're incredibly medicine woman energy, high priestess, you're aware of this because this love partnership has been a burden, but the abundance hasn't. The money hasn't been a burden, but the relationship has been. The heart chakra has been suffering. On the surface, this is what we say quite a bit. The Stepford housewife is what we refer to in regards to playing the role, playing the perfect housewife. I always talk about Desperate Housewives, and in Desperate Housewives, right, everyone is, oh my gosh, come over to my house for apple pie. Oh, we're going to go to the school meet at this time. Oh, how's your school doing? Your daughter's doing? Oh, mine's going to college next week. Oh, look at our beautiful communities. Look at our gardens. Look at this freshness. Oh my goodness, how beautiful is our life? And then behind the scenes, who the fuck murdered him? What the fuck happened to that person? Where has he gone? Who's that person sleeping with now? What the hell? Chaos. The back end, right? Totally different to what's being seen on the front. And that's everyone's life. It takes a real strong high priestess, alchemical person, a real fucking down-to-earth, true human being to show up as who they are in the back end on the front. Because you can be whoever you want on social media. You can be whoever you want to be when you're meeting up with your friends and family. You can tell them all the good stuff about your life and your relationship and everything going on. You don't have to tell them all the trauma and the bad stuff. You got hit last week. You're not going to share that. You're just going to put makeup on and act like it was fine. Yeah? So it's shit like that. Wars, fights, arguments, domestic violence, financial abuse as well, potentially. A lack of love in your heart that you knew existed, but you are persevering for you, for a child, for abundance, for what you thought was normal. Because we grow up once again without healthy role models of mother and father or unhealthy ideologies of relationships. So we go for things that aren't quite right, and we think it's normal to act like this is okay. And then something happens, someone comes into your life, shows you that that's not quite normal, and they go, fuck, I fucked up. That's not what love is, you know? It's hard. You're evolving spiritually because of this, though, high priestess energy. Heavy stuff going on here for whoever I'm connecting with. You would know this straight away as you. Deep story. This is only a few of the cards and it's so deep over here. So let's keep going. Let's that's what you've come out of and had to recently deal with, right? I was like, dumb. That's the EastEnders background, because you can see the card in the image. It's EastEnders. Someone who's been through some drama in the East End, right? What the fuck, right? Effing and blinding, drama, fights, lots of things going on all over the place. Everyone's involved, you know? But you're grounding yourself now. You're falling more into your spirituality. Be patient with yourself, because you've just left something. I see leaving or traveling. Could have just went on holiday, just come back from a short stay, short trip, a train journey. I see. Yeah. Okay. I see more for you. More trips, more travels, more short stays, more long stays. I think you're asking me questions at the same time, because now I'm getting interference on the feed. Because I saw short stays, but then I heard you say, what about long stays? Should I do long stays? Should I do long stays? In my head I'm going, if you want to do long stays, do long stays. Traveling a lot. Make a better itinerary. Make stronger plans. Yeah, all of that stuff. You're asking me questions. I don't enjoy the questions. You have the answer, not me. You ask yourself those questions. What should happen in these readings is, when I talk to you and I tell you stuff, when a question comes up, don't ask me, write it down. That's a question. That's your mindgasm. That's the light bulb in your head in the form of a question that you write down and you answer later in your journal. Because that's your discovery now. Yeah. Parenting's an issue as well. So maybe it could be related to scheduling for parenting, pick up, drop off, stuff like that. Okay, listen, because I don't want to get lost in your energy and too many questions. I feel like you're asking me loads of stuff now, so hold off for a minute. I hear you, I receive you. Okay, take a deep breath, because this channel's loud, right? The parenting insecurities and forceful communication. So if you had to have violent, abusive, aggressive, formal communication, even mediators to come involved. There's been manipulators, other people trying to stick their oar in, get involved where they didn't belong to be involved. That's ending now. You can put that to rest now. You're clairvoyant as well. Okay, you might not know you're clairvoyant, but your clairvoyance is developing over the next 4 years, 6 years. 6 years from now, if you choose to study this openly, you'll be full-blown clairvoyant, doing clairvoyant readings, working with everyone. You'll be a really established medicine woman. I'm connecting with a woman on that. If you're a man and you receive that, I could even be connecting with a man who is going through transition at this time, transitioning to woman as well. So I'll just hold that there. Doesn't really matter, right? But I do see a feminine going to be a full-blown medium in 6 years. If that is what you desire, it's going to happen one way or another. Once you're awakened, okay? You've got a lot of creativity to come out inside of you, but you're surrendering, you're holding back. Why are you not drawing anymore? Yeah? Start drawing again. You feel like you can't draw, but you can. I started drawing again. I thought, I can't draw, I'm shit at drawing, I cannot draw for the life of me. Started drawing, was really shit. Suddenly I was great. Out of nowhere. It's the clairvoyance in you. You got a lot of clairsenses. I'll link the clairsenses information sheet in down below. Go and read it and go and look at what your strongest clairsenses are and your weakest. Start establishing which one of those you can work on, and start finding readers and intuitives that you can lean on for this. I would also think start getting your own decks and your own oracle cards. Feel free to even make your own and start building your own network of how you see more clearly. Open up to the channels clearly, independently on your own. YouTube readers, not great to really listen to, I would say, because they're only giving you I don't know. I won't trust anyone reading my cards. Simple as that. Yeah. So yeah, you're lucky that you've got me. Basically, hit the like, hit subscribe. Communication as well. There's a really important conversation, gold conversation you're gonna have. That's fucking sexy. Let's look at that. That looks like riches. That looks like millionaire status over here. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, hold on. Okay, you've got insecurities about finance. Are you going to be a millionaire? Are you going to make it? You've got millionaire dreams or something like that, right? Okay, hold on. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, Okay, yeah, okay. Sorry for the sound effects that you don't need. Stop looking at the woman that you were and start thinking about who the woman that you're becoming, okay? Because there's a lot of naysayers in your head. Oh, God forbid. This is my worst memory, right? You're dragging me back to hell for a minute. So this is where you've kind of been, or where you need to push through. This takes real fucking dedication and real fucking effort. This is fucking hell, right? You get to a cycle when you're clairvoyant and your clairsenses are awakened and you're entirely tapped in, and every negative motherfucker you've ever known on the planet is now feeding you a mirror of negative vibration back. Whether or not they've said it or not, whether or not it's real or not, mentally you're awakening, and your whole fucking octaves, neurons, your brain capacity, your neurocognition is evolving with your clear senses, and now you're starting to see people as a representative of what the negative stuff they could say. They could never say that, but you're starting to learn people through a spectrum of what is their darkest tendency and rudest thing to say, and lightest tendency, most positive thing to say. This is what fucked me up on social media for a while, because after all the kind of networking, communicating with people and everything I've done, and initially being empathic and not really seeing their darker traits, when I was coming back to social media during this most difficult time and trying to communicate again and find my new footing and go for that bigger net worth and bigger dream in life, all of these faces just started coming out to me and saying some of the worst kind of stuff and some of the positive stuff, and then but also the worst. They've never said that, they've never come across like that, but there's a part of me that looks at that person and feels that that's what they would say. They would tear me down, they would make me feel sad. They're not doing anything wrong, they haven't said anything, but it's that don't bite the apple syndrome, because this card's a snake. It's like Adam and Eve, don't do this. It's the negative voice stirring in your mind out from the fair vibration of, what if that person was to say that? What if this person was to feel that way about me? Because we overanalyze in our minds, and empaths, clairvoyants, it's a blessing and a curse. I would never ever encourage a single person I know to go on a clairvoyant journey. Never. Fuck it. Hell no. Get off now, quick. But that's the catch. Once you've unlocked the clairvoyant beast, there is no going back. You're a seer now. All you can do is learn to evolve. You can go to specialists who would say we can turn it off for you, and they probably could, but that wouldn't awaken you to your destiny. That wouldn't make you a stronger human being. It would just make you a muggle. And you'll be worse off in the long run, because you'll be suppressing your truest natures, and clairsenses are a gift. It's just that in this lifetime, currently on Earth in 2024, we haven't been encouraged to use them right. So we're going to hear a lot of feed coming back, energy, vibration, frequency, a lot of feedback loops from all the fuckers that we kind of hanged around with, but they were really pricks, and we knew they had low vibrational shit to say, and now we've internalized all of it because our empathy is through the fucking roof, and we assume that they're saying all this horrid stuff about us. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, but either way, we're receiving negative on full fucking blast. Yeah? And in those moments, you've got to be strong, you've got to be powerful, and you've got to raise your vibration above that. Turn your fucking frequency up. Anytime you hear negative vibration in the mind, yeah, clinical professionals would suggest that this is mental health, and you're hearing voices and you need medication, whatever the case may be. No one's going to prevent you from taking medication if you feel that's the answer for you. If your brain is overactive and racing and stuff like that, seek help in any way that you feel necessary, whether that is medicine man and woman, tea therapy, yoga, Pilates, or an anti-anxiety drug, or whatever the case may be. You'll know what's right for you, okay? But because when I was really left, all I did was Tibetan bowls, all I did was spiritual recovery. Now I'm in a more of a corporate space, and I'm working really publicly in corporate fields. I have to consider my mental health a lot more heavily, and I choose to take medication to help me manage. And I'm really anti-pharmaceutical and told everyone don't take drugs, but I take drugs and it works incredibly well for me, because my life is fucking fast-paced. Even though I'm still in hermit mode, I'm building fast-paced tech, and I'm dealing with really controversial issues that are really out there corporately. I need to suck up the bullshit, and the empathy in me can't be too weak, because I haven't got the freedom to just do the things I did in the past, which was full-blown medicine man or woman or clairvoyant. Right now, where you're at in your life, you seem to be focused on the medicine man and woman, so you don't need anything other than medicine man and woman approaches to healing, like spirit totems, tarot, Tibetan bowls, yoga, a nice healing schedule. But if you do desire to level up in 2 to 3 years from now, where you're starting to say, fuck it, I want more money, I need to climb, that means you've got to be more in the network, you've got to be more CEO, more level head. You're stepping into rooms and arenas where you fucking love and light ain't gonna wash in here. Love and light, namaste, don't make the big checks. Yeah? Let me know the richest love and lighter you know of. Well, who's the richest light worker you know? Let me know. You know? It's not easy. You gotta be able to integrate with the society and community they're in, still bring your spirit with you in your own form. Hard. That's why a lot of people do Illuminati and be spiritualist in secret, because it's hard to carry spirituality in the public with you, you know. So that's what you're learning. But my main point with that card when I went in on communication was, don't listen to the negative voices of the past. Don't hear, if you was in an abusive relationship in the past, yeah, don't be controlled or governed by that father, that masculine, that man, your ex, whatever it is, because you're moving on now and you were manipulated by money and finance and abundance. You're stepping away from that. Go on, girl. I fucking hate the ideology, and I bitch about it all the fucking time, about women feeling like they need to lean on a man for money and finance. That's not the way it is. It's not the way it should be. As a woman, you should be independent and have it for yourself. And women really do get coaxed into just doing things because the masculine's going to provide. And then it gets to a point where you realise you're somewhat imprisoned by that provider, right? You have a provider. If you were the provider for you, you wouldn't have had to go through some of these experiences. But you've had to go through it because you decided to let that person provide for you. It's a beautiful thing when we can get it right. But in today's society, majority of the providers out there in the masculine form, it comes with restriction and limitation. A lot of the masculines haven't got the skill set, the knowledge and the know-how to really value that feminine energy. For more than, I'll provide for you, you do this. I'm the man here, you're just this, you know? And that's not even an insult to your partner or the masculine. It's just an absolutely known fact of how we've all been raised in society today, especially if you and this man have lacked a father and healthy relationships as role models growing up. Then who are you to know any better? Yeah? We're all here going through the Freudian and Jungian philosophies of life, which is simply consciousness and growing up and childhood development, you know. So don't be harsh on yourself, just please, because I really see the fact that negative thoughts can get in your head and eat away with you. I wish I had someone at the time when I was going through that, because that was suicidal and full-blown depression for me. I was in hell. And it's the voices that keep coming to you, and it's people that you wish that you could go to and talk to as well, so it's even more traumatic. And if you're grieving people that are still alive that you lost friendship and connections with, when you break up from certain people, you've got to leave them behind, their friendship group, their family behind. You get what I mean? The connections, you've got to move on and go on your own. Just as depressed things, you really are coming onto a hermit journey then, you know? So knowing that you're not alone, how fucking beautiful is that? You've got a hell of a lot of ancestors up there. Ancestors upon ancestors. You've got a lot of female in your lineage up there. About 4 generations worth of women behind you rooting. You've got serious mission, yeah? You've got serious mission. You're not quite the new woman you're yet to be yet. But you definitely can look at your past and go, fuck that, I'm not going to be that again. Ugh. And that's growth. Because in the past, you would have walked back into that with open arms saying, I want that back. Now you look at that and you're like, no, that was imprisonment, that was entrapment, that was a curse. You're free now. Negative voices still in your head. Get away from these people as well. If you go around with anyone and your heart races around them, you feel awkward and uncomfortable. Doesn't matter who they are. No excuses. If they're bringing trauma into your life and you feel trapped in that connection, let them go. If they're controlling you with money as well and gifts and buying you stuff, acting like they're going to provide for you, bringing you shopping and whatever, cut it. You'd rather starve to death. Go cold turkey, get away, because it looks like there's negative communication seeping into your back of your mind that's preventing you from being free. You want to study some more. You want to take on part-time work, internship, work for yourself, build your own business, do it. I see millionaire potentiality here. But you really got to keep looking at the past and understanding how you received money in the past isn't how you're going to receive money in the future. So you've got to build a whole new relationship with money, a whole new way that you communicate with yourself, a lot more positive affirmations as well. There's loads on this channel, and if you go over to hermatology.me, there's a lot of anxiety and healing and affirmation-y stuff there, and playlists with some good stuff in it. So go and check that out too, okay? If you ever need support and healing, just come and look for some good quality readers on the platform. Don't get sucked into random tarot fuckers as well, because they'll, he done this, he done that, your ex done this, your twin flame done that. You don't need no one telling you stories that are gossip-like. Readers that provide you gossip narratives about your ex and your family and this is going to happen and that's going to happen. You don't need that. You need someone who's going, hey, your psyche needs a check here, your mental health needs an uplift here, you need higher vibrations here, speak more, be more affirmative. This is more for your mental health and emotional well-being than a fucking narrative of life that just encourages you to wait and long for something or make assumptions about other people. There's nothing worse than a reader goes, oh, that person that hates you, your friend's doing this behind your back. I don't need to know. If my friend behind my back wants to be a snake, let them be a snake and then let me not know, because I'd rather not know. My baby father's doing this, my ex is doing that. I don't need to know. This person's going to come to you and tell you, I don't need to know. I'll wait. Yeah? Don't get caught into the loop, because that's where you're chasing time and trying to manifest something that's unmanifestable, right? That's a narrative of pressure that you don't need in your ecosystem, especially after what you've been through in your life, okay? Let me dive into a little bit more of this communication. So destiny is here for you. You're being guided. You like, listen, okay, I don't want you to worry if you start hearing voices. Remember, you're going to go through the clear audience evolution, the clairvoyant evolution. So that means, I did tell you already, you might start hearing voices. You go and read. I've got something called Psychic Attack. I'll add everything I add in the description for you. Check it out over time. Don't be panicked. I know I'm talking quite fast now, but that's because there's a lot of stuff going on. And there's a lot of stuff in my head, so I might not even be talking fast, but I feel like I am, because I'm worrying about you a little bit now, because I know that you're diving in deeply into clairvoyance over the next 2 to 3 years. Completion of that clairvoyant journey by 6 years, where you're a really established practitioner in mediumship and clairvoyance, and a lot more gifts. Make sure you go to all the mind, body and spirit exhibitions that are going on. I can't give you too much advice because I'll be here all day. I can't save it. I don't want to have hero complex, but I can't save everyone. You have to go on the journey on your own, because immediately I want to just run to you and hug you and go, right, this was going to happen in year 1, this was going to happen in year 2. Too much. It's because I've been there, and I really do worry about mediums on the journey, because it's fucking hard. It's going to be hard, okay? But you're powerful and strong. And it's just because you need to keep accurate logs and journals with accurate dates and time when things happen. Dreams that come true, write it, date it and timestamp it, okay? Make sure you do that. Visions that come true, do the same, okay? You start hearing voices, don't freak out. You're not going mentally ill. Someone's sending you a message. Just take time to listen to it. Write it down. It might not make sense now, but it might make sense in a week from now, 2 years from now. Everyone's gifts work differently. So even me rushing to tell you loads of things, or us connecting personally and me giving you a reading, it wouldn't make any difference, because the journey's dependent on you, reliant on you, okay? It's up to you to start keeping accurate logs. Chronological logs is your best bet, yeah? Start logging your experiences. Start studying Clairsenses, the 9 Clairsenses PDF, yeah? Start understanding what you want to do and manifest for your life. The visions that you see for yourself, can you go after them? How long have you got to devote to this? Yeah, start working on that for you. There's a lot of peace because you sacrificed the bullshit already. You let go of the control and the manipulative motherfuckers in your life. Your home is a healthy, safe place now. You could be moving again. Yeah, you might want to move. You might be thinking about moving, or you could be. Let me look about. Don't want to go too much in this kind of energy, but moving closer to a loyal friend, someone you can rely on, someone you can trust. You might want to do more things in the public eye as well, in time. So just build up your confidence and esteem to go in that direction. Yeah, you haven't got to choose anyone. You haven't got to choose anything. You haven't got to deny anyone from your life. You haven't got to be upset and frustrated about what didn't work in the past. You haven't got to choose between then and now. All you can do and tell everyone around you This is me evolving now. I'm choosing to change my life. I'm not going to be the same person that I've always been. And I might be there for you sometimes. I might not be there for you other times. I'm going through a lot because my money is going to fluctuate up and down quite a lot. I'm going to go slow and be patient with all of you guys. May see you, may not. May be online, may not. Whatever communities you're in, whatever relationships you're having from the past still there, you're going to prioritize being a mother, and you're going to make healthy choices about your spiritual career and about your intuition, how you want to move forward with that. Be careful with your money, okay? Because I see you going into a craft and a field that I've been in already. That's why I wanted to scream and shout and kind of hug you through the screen, because there is so much hard work, and sometimes you've got to understand how much money you're putting into your presentation, into your Instagram account, into your social media, into your business before you're getting a return on investment. You've got to understand you don't want to be spending money needlessly. If every single month you've spent more money than you've brought in, then you're failing. And you've got to be able to understand that ratio and how you can reduce outgoings to balance what's coming in, because you don't want a long-term cycle of wasting money on stuff, spending money on the outgoings, and then there's no income coming back to balance that out. So you've got to understand the ratio between the two, and it's hard. You've got to understand design of business, study commercial awareness, study finance, go to some seminars and events, and understand different people in the field of what you do, and understand who is or isn't making money and how you can go about it. You're starting from scratch. Don't beat yourself up. Don't expect to have millions overnight. This is a new journey. You're starting afresh. Your priority is being a mother, and then you are now going to step forward nice and slowly and start putting your money into places where you can get a return on investment. Yeah? Make sure you are not overdoing things to make money. There's time for money. Yeah? Energy for money. Yeah? But like products for money, services for money. Understand all the utilities and all the tools and techniques you do have that will bring money in. All the resources you have, everything you have. What is the easiest way to get money in a way that's healthy and helpful and beneficial to you? And how do you keep doing that without it taking too much from your time, your energy, or your cash flow? Yeah, so much more conversations. What I'll do is in about a month or so, I'll come back and I'll do some more entrepreneurial readings. I haven't done them in like over 2 years, I think. So we'll dive into what it means to be an entrepreneur a little bit, and I'll give some advice on business mechanics and how you could really shape your career as a spiritual career, spiritual businesses really. Because I've repeatedly studied all of this stuff, and all of it's really difficult, and none of it's made me drill down. None of it's made me go, I'm going to build gold here, right? Takes real time and real effort, and I've decided to go big tech and go out wide just to hone in on my true heart's desire, which is the spiritual community in tarot, and this where I started. But I realized there was no money in this field, not more than enough money to support me and the rest of us spiritualists in the long term. All of us are really humble and shamanic, and we're charging small prices for stuff, and we're not getting out there in the wider world enough, and there's little pockets of us all over the place that don't have enough capacity to have bigger voices and get out there wider. So we've had no choice but to integrate with a much larger scale corporations and get out there in the wider world where we have access to all of the net, you know. So yeah, in time there's going to be so much more opportunities for us, and I like to think that I'll be able to provide so much more earthy, grounded stuff and finance to the communities that I love the most. But I mean, we're all on a mission here. The advice I'm giving you, I also need to take for myself, you know. So I'm sending you healing energy and love and light, and I just want you to know that this is a brand new beginning. Keep going. Go slow. Make a financial plan. Keep clear, accurate Excel spreadsheets on your finances, your income, your outgoings, your bills, your utilities, your miscellaneous spends. What you firstly start with you, what you're spending every single month. Where's all your money going? Where is all your money going? How much are you saving every month? How much are you investing every single month? Yeah? How much is coming back in from services? Start looking at the figures properly all the time. In line with because as spiritualists we get so wrapped up in giving, we forget to look at the figures. The figures need to match up with the heart. Otherwise we're fucked. Yeah? So slowly take your time. Be the mother first of all, because the mother card is out staring at me. Balance out your finances and slowly start to learn how you can make this work for you, okay? And I'll be back soon with more, okay? Love and light.